It is Councilmember Suara.
It's hard. It's too
What you got going on?
They're helping me out. All right, who else is here? How you doing? All right.
Says, please do not move closer than this.
Which spot? Which spot? Freddie.
I've always funny.
Come on, Brett. Come on, everybody sign on it. All right. Come on, more the merrier. All right. We ready? All right, thank you, Pro Tem. This is a resolution number RS 2022-1606. Is a resolution recognizing June 20, 2022 as World Refugee Day in Nashville and Davidson County. Whereas World Refugee Day falls each year on June 20th and is dedicated to refugees around the globe. World Refugee Day was held globally for the first time on June 2001, commemorating the 50th anniversary of the 1951 Convention relating to the status of refugee. It was originally known as African Refugee Day before the United Nations General Assembly officially designated it as an international day in December 2000. And
Whereas World Refugee Day shines a light on the rights, needs, and dreams of refugees, helping to mobilize political will and resources so refugees can not only survive but also thrive. While it's important to protect and improve the lives of refugees every single day, international days like World Refugee Day help to focus global attention on the plight of those fleeing conflict or persecution. Many activities held on World Refugee Day create opportunities to support refugees and
Whereas currently there are more than 80 million displaced people around the world, including over 20 million refugees under the mandate of the United Nations High Commissioner for Refugees and the UN Refugee Agency, only a tiny percentage, often less than 1%, of those refugees who have fled their home countries are resettled in a third country like the United States. For many refugees, it can take decades to be resettled. And
whereas once referred by the UNHCR as a series of multi-agency vetting processes culminating in a refugee being assigned to a local resettlement agency, and
whereas in Nashville, there are 3 refugee resettlement agencies: Catholic Charities, the National International Center for Empowerment, also known as NICE, and Inspiritus. These agencies provide direct services to refugees through the implementation of numerous government programs, as well as through a spectrum of wraparound services designed to support refugees on their path to self-sufficiency. There are many other partner organizations in Nashville who provide significant support and resources to refugees through advocacy, legal services, health care, food assistance, and more. These organizations include, but are not limited to, the Tennessee Immigrant and Refugee Rights Coalition, Tennessee Resettlement Aid, Salam Health, Tennessee Justice for Refugee Rights Coalition, Our Neighbors, the American Muslim Advisory Council, Nations Ministry Center, and the Office of the State Refugee Coordinator, the Tennessee Office for Refugees. And
whereas whereas these organizations are celebrating World Refugee Day in 2022 through a live storytelling event, The Stories of Belonging, being held on Wednesday, June 22nd at 6 p.m. at the Tennessee Immigrant and Refugee Rights Coalition office. And
whereas in 2021, over 700 refugees from around the world were resettled in Nashville, including hundreds of evacuees from Afghanistan.
And whereas as Nashville continues to grow, we are becoming an ever greater hub for diverse communities. Every year, refugees contribute millions of dollars back to our local economy and bring a richness of culture that helps Nashville thrive.
Now, therefore, be it resolved by the Council of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County that the Metropolitan Council hereby goes on record as recognizing June 20th, 2022 as World Refugee Day in Nashville and Davidson County, and that this resolution shall take effect from and after its adoption, the welfare of the Metropolitan Government of Nashville and Davidson County requiring it. At this time, I want to invite Dr. Gatlo-Tach to the podium. Dr. Tach is a refugee himself. Now has a PhD, run NICE, which is a refugee resettlement agency. And the storytelling that was done the other day has so many stories of many refugees that have settled here, make Nashville home, and are thriving and doing so many for our community, so much for our community. So, Dr. Tach.
Oh, sorry.
Good evening. This is an honor. Thank you so much, Council Zafar. Thank you so much to all the council members for recognizing June 20th as the World Refugees Day here in Nashville. As a refugee myself, who came to Nashville many years ago without even saying a word in English, I think Nashville is the place that is welcoming, is a place that is a home, is a place that can change a number of the people's lives. And as proud refugees who have changed life, not only of my own, but also other people's lives, I cannot think of any other city and any other group than you guys are. Refugees have been going through so much. Story after story, they all seem to be the same. Number of the people that are here have lost people of their own family. They have gone through so much. They have walked for days. Some of them have been executed or persecuted. There are people who, because of the only hope, were able to make it to here. And that story was not different from what I went through. So with that, I wanted to thank you and thank you so much for what you do here to make the Nashville a historical, welcoming city. Thank you.
Who's taking it? Joy, would you please? Come on, Max. It's
I'm like, find him in the corner.
Come on, Tessa. Tessa. All right, thank you. Oh, thank you for what you do.
Okay, are there any other presentations? Okay. Announcements. Councilmember Evans.
Thank you, Mr. Pro Tem. On Tuesday, July the 12th, Legal Aid is coming to the Hermitage Library to do a presentation to any interested resident, doesn't have to be District 12 or 14, about renters' rights and also how to read a lease agreement. In Hermitage, we have a number of residents that are concerned about their increasing rents, as well as, can a landlord not fix my air conditioning, or can a landlord not pay for pest control, those kinds of things. And so they're coming between 6 and 7:30 at the Hermitage Library in the large community room. Thank you.
Thank you. Other announcement, Councilmember Hurt. Oh, shoot.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to invite all to come, especially my colleagues, to the National Black Caucus Local Elected Officials Summer Conference, which is going to be held July 21st through the 23rd. I know we have another meeting, but I want you all to get the early bird registration in before July 9th. It's going to be held at the Grand Hyatt Hotel. We've got a strong list of speakers, starting out with Michael Eric Dyson on Thursday morning, and we will have some great local participation from people like in our housing fund, Amazon representatives, HCA, our SEIU representatives, and small business owners. And we're going to have Secretary Marsha Fudge on Friday as our lunch speaker, and we also will have a closing session that's going to feature Dr. Robert Hudson, president of Jackson State University, and his head coach, Deion Sanders, and of course, our very own Eddie George, who is the coach of Tennessee State University. Dr. Glenda Glover was going to be with us, but her daughter is expecting a child. So I told her there's no way that she could miss that. So we're looking to get a great replacement for her. We're looking at Congressman Alma Adams, who is an HBCU advocate, and our platform is excellence, equity, and it's an elected collective for HBCUs. So I'm really excited about the conference being here. We're expecting about 200 elected officials from across the country, and I'm so happy that our vice mayor has joined to make sure that the council participates. And I just encourage you all to come and have a great time.
Thank you, Councilmember.
And let me say, we're going to have the final event will be held on Saturday, July the 23rd, which will be the 22nd annual Jefferson Street Jazz and Blues Festival that's going to be at Fisk University. We've got an old school lineup and a new schooler, because we got Wendy Moulton, who is the second place winner of The Voice, but we also have the Higher Ground, the Manhattans, Mike Phillips, and Bobby Rush. So we got a little jazz, blues, and R&B for all.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Councilmember Stiles.
Thank you, Pro Tem. I just wanted to remind people that on July 30th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Southeast will be having Southeast Community Day, and we're going to be giving away 1,200 backpacks, and we're going to have multicultural music and food, and we're going to have characters for kids to take photos with. It's going to be a great day, and I hope that everyone will be able to attend at the Southeast Community Center in the green space. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Porterfield.
Thank you so very much. I had two brief announcements. For the neighbors that are on the Castlegate, for the Castlegate community, as well as the Owendale community, we already had our traffic calming meetings, as well as Forest View. We've already had our traffic calming meetings. However, there was a change in the traffic calming program since our traffic calming meeting, so that information has been communicated to the neighbors, but in the event that you did not get that information, we do not need to go door to door to get the signatures anymore for traffic calming. A ballot will be mailed to all of the homeowners that will be impacted by that decision. So again, if you are a part of the Owendale community, if you're a part of the Castlegate community, you do not need to continue to collect signatures for our traffic calming project. A ballot will be mailed to the homeowners, and Council Lady Stiles already announced the Southeast Community Day. So in tandem to that day, our community center, our Smith Springs Community Center, as well as Priest Lake Presbyterian Church are having a community day. Also Saturday, July 11th, but this is from 11 to 1. So either after you stop at the Southeast Community Day, come on over to the community day in District 29. They'll have snow cones, refreshments, water slides, and games. So again, that is a conglomerate between the Priest Lake Presbyterian Church and Smith Springs Community Center. And if you have any more questions about that, I shared that out on my Facebook page, but you can call the church or the community center. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Suara.
Thank you, Pro Tem. I would like to announce to the public and also to my colleague that we will have the second annual John Lewis Way March on July 23rd. The march will start at the intersection of Jefferson Street and John Lewis Way. We'll have a bunch of speakers, and we're going to have a performance at the Ryman Auditorium where the march will end. This year also, we will be giving away 2 scholarships, one to a student from Fisk and one to a student from ABC. So you're all invited, and let's turn out like we did last year and make it a successful program. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Toombs.
Thank you, Mr. Pro Tem. There will be a community meeting on Thursday, July 21st at 6 p.m. For the residents of Hillhurst Drive to discuss the traffic calming project that was awarded to that community. So Thursday, July 21st, 6 p.m. at Casa de Dios, which is at 3030 Dickerson Pike.
Thank you, Councilmember. Councilmember Bradford.
Thank you, Pro Tem. I just wanted to go ahead and let people in District 13 go ahead and mark their calendars. Our next district-wide town hall will be on the 20th. That will be a Wednesday night at Arlington United Methodist Church. I'm working on having representatives from the Planning Department and Metro Recycling to come discuss about recycling and overlays and provide some updates. So again, that is July 20th at 6 o'clock at Arlington United Methodist Church for District 13 Town Hall.
Thank you, Councilmember. Any other announcements? All right, just about 10 minutes till showtime.